Hello everyone, happy 2025! So today we will be doing an in-depth review of the Orie, the first project to be launching in 2025. In fact, the preview date will be in another few days, which is on 3rd of January. So we are going to be running through all the different layouts so you guys know exactly what to avoid as well as what to prioritize if you are thinking about going for this development now. And do stay tuned the end where I'll be sharing with you a bonus tips, super important information about this project, which most likely might create an impact if you were to look to sell in future. Something that you don't really observe by just looking at the brochure or even the floor plans. And for your info, this is already a lot of hype around it, and a large part of this is due to its few attractive attributes. So before we begin, just a quick disclaimer. This video is based on current market and is for sharing plus educational purposes only. Please do your own research before making any decisions.
Okay, now let me sidetrack a bit. If you are all aware, the recent launch of Emerald of Katong was already 99% sold, with 2,800 buyers missing out on their units. Were you one of them? If yes, then this is the video that you don't want to miss. Among the new launches in 2025, Orie is the only condo that ticks all the boxes. But is it overpriced? After all, the resale condo next door is 30% cheaper. So is it still worth buying into this new launch condo at Toa Payoh? Do leave down your comments after watching this.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is our first time doing this together, presenting a project briefing and analysis. Okay, and we truly appreciate your support. If you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It means the world to us and keep us motivated to create more content like this. We will also be sharing a bite-sized insights on our other social media platforms, including TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. You can actually find all the links in the description below.
Alright,
time to share about the project.
This project, named the Orie, taken from the Japanese word, inspired by a mixture of OR and IE. OR means fold, like origami, and we have an IE, which means home. And when put together, it's called the Orie. It means sending out a sense of quiet luxury with depth and layers of shapes to unfold and experience. So for the developer, it's a joint venture within 3 renowned developers: Top Tier, City Development, Fraser Property, and Sekisui House. These 3 developers have a strong established reputation through numerous iconic projects in Singapore. So where exactly is the Orie? It is just within 5 minutes walk from the Braddell MRT. It's considered to be in the city fringe area, District 12, and it's going to be made up of 2 iconic towers with 40 stories, 777 units. Each level consists of 10 different types of units, and there's 4 lifts provided. And for your information, it's been 8 years since the last condo was launched. Supply is very limited.
Okay, let's talk about a little bit about the plot of land. Okay, and back then when this plot of land was up for bidding, another plot over in Clementi was also on the market around the same time. Interestingly, this site only attracted 3 bidders. CDL emerged as the winner with a massive bid of nearly $1 billion. Crazy, right? No wonder there were only 3 bidders. This land was seriously expensive. To the Clementi site, which went for about $600+ million, that's a big difference. If we zoom in on the CDL's winning bid, it was almost 10% higher than the next bidder, CapitaLand. Okay, now, looking at the break-even price, if you add in the land cost, construction cost, material cost, labor cost, their profits, blah blah blah, and everything right, the break-even is actually 2,305 PSF. So we expect that probably the price will have to start from about 2007 PSM onwards. You were to see, right, versus 8 years ago when we have another project called Gem Residence, it's pretty scary. You look at the break-even of these 2 pieces of land, the current piece is almost double the last break-even. So this means what to you? Inflation is real, and are we going to catch up with it? I always tell my clients, the best time to enter the market is always 5 years ago.
For Orie, you'll need to factor in that it falls under the harmonization framework. This means you have to add a 7% increase and then a 20% markup. With that in mind, the developer will likely need to price it at around 2,007 PSF per square foot to $2,800 per square foot. Now let's compare with that recently launched EOK project. According to the news, they hit a stunning 99% sales rate, with price going as high as 2006 per square feet. Based on that, it's pretty clear that their profit margin was around 30%. And by the way, if you have been looking at the recent news, there's actually a spike on the private new homes from October to November on the 3 different regions. And what does this mean to us? Is it a telltale sign Singaporeans may need more aggressive property cooling measure? And will history repeat itself when they implement the cooling measure on 2017 to 2019? Maybe it's time to take action as soon as possible before government step into control it again. So if Toa Payoh project follow a similar 30% margin, I wouldn't be surprised if we see price creeping up to 2,008 to 3,000 per square feet. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think it's justified on that area?
Moving on next, let's take a look at the site plan. Okay, and what do you observe from here? It's very well distributed with full condo facilities, with full greenery landscaping, and most importantly, what we can see here, that the blocks are actually well orientated in the north-south facing. So for most local homeowners in Singapore, we love north-south facing, right? And the best thing, of course, is that you don't get direct sun. And I think the developer have done in such a way it really maximize the views. If you got a unit at level 24 above, is facing towards the south, you will almost have a good view of the CBD area, such as the MBS on good days. And if you are looking towards the north, okay, some of us says that you can even see as far as JB, Johor Bahru. So both, I guess, can catch some fireworks lah, huh? So if you are taking a minimum 20 story and above, you should be clear and get a good view.
Moving on, next will be unit mix, school and location. 10% are made out of 1 plus study, 2 bed is 40% and 3 bed is 25%. 4 bedrooms at 15% and 5 bedroom at 10%, which make up to 100%. Types are going to be very attractive for investor as it's so near to MRT within 4 minutes walk only. And nowadays, what most of my clients will prefer is the convenience. Orie will be the right place to go for. Like the recent new launch Norwood Grand located at Woodlands area, it's also within 3 to 4 minutes to Woodlands South MRT station. It's 84% sold on the first day. Did you know that from Braddell MRT station is just 1 stop to Bishan and 1 stop to Toa Payoh? If you are going to town area, it's just 4 stops to Orchard MRT station. That's super convenient. It's one of the reasons I believe this location will be great for future renters too. And also, do you know there's limited supply of condo in Toa Payoh area? We only have 4 condo here like Trevista, Orlando Towers, Trellis, and the youngest condo is Gem Residence. And with the Orie, it will be the 5th newest condo here.
Now let's talk about the units. We have 1 bedder plus study, usually for singles or investors. We also have different types of 2 bedroom plus study to 3 bedroom layouts, which are always in high demand. Perfect for families, especially those eyeing for the nearby schools like the highly sought after Pei Chin Public School. And we also have other schools like Raffles Girls, Keng Cheng, First, Toa Payoh Primary School, and many more, all within 2 kilometers. So can you imagine how competitive it will be for families with growing kids to secure one of these schools? However, as information in the one map is updated from time to time and schools could also be relocated, we will still need to do our due diligence, check with the relevant authorities to get a clearer information from MOE and one map. So for this, do not worry, we can definitely work together and help you with the necessary information needed. And it's not just for families. These mature estates actually attracts a lot of upgraders, newlyweds, and people looking to stay near their parents. So this is definitely worth considering. For those who need even more space, the development also offer 4 and 5 bedroom units with private lifts, which make up about 25% of the project. With such a great mix of the options and an unbeatable location, practically at your doorstep, you are looking at a very attractive choices. So if you need help or want to explore other options, feel free to drop us a text or contact us. We will be most happy to help. Moving on to the floor plans. Now let's start with the 1 bedder plus study. Oh yeah, by the way, the Orie is under GFA harmonization, which means the aircon latch is not counted within your layout.
For Orie, there are no 1 bedroom units in the entire project. Instead, we have the 1 bedroom plus study layout, which is 517 square feet and available in stack 4 and 14. This layout is pretty straightforward. As you enter, you will find the kitchen to your side. Then there's the study, which could serve as an office or even a storage room if it suits your needs. Moving into the master bedroom, you'll notice the Jack and Jill layout where you have access to the bathroom from both the living room and the master room. Of course, if you have guests, you need whether you are comfortable with them using your master bath, or if you're not keen on that, you can always be honest and tell them, sorry, please use the condo facilities downstairs. It's a fun little feature that gives you options or suits the budget, but it's important to keep in mind when you're considering whether this layout fits your needs and your future exit.
Alright, before we dive into the 2 bedrooms, let us add some value for you. We did a bit of research on surrounding areas, and let's take a look at Gem Residence now, which is the newest condo right next to Orie. This development is significant because it's the first new condo to be built here in the past 8 to 9 years. So it's definitely worth considering as a point of comparison. So Gem Residence, which TOP in 2019, is located just across from Orie, okay, but it's not as close as Braddell MRT. Unlike Orie, Gem doesn't offer any 1 plus study units, just 1 bedroom units, available in 2 sizes. One is a 452 square feet, another one is a 484 square feet. One has a straightforward layout, while the other features a more typical L-shaped design. So what do you think about the layout? Well, first off, the layout offers quite a bit of privacy. There's no shared bathroom with guests. So you can see here, actually the wall is unhackable, alright? So in fact, the master bath is only can be accessed from the master bedroom. So it's kind of like strictly owners only when it comes to the bathroom. It's definitely a more private space. But the question is, what happens if your guest is an urgent need? Maybe not a huge deal for some, but for me, I can't really get on board with the idea of not having a flexibility with the bathroom. That being said, the L-shaped kitchen layout in the second unit is a nice touch. It's not the usual corridor kitchen, and it has more space and functionality, which is a plus if you are looking for a comfortable cooking area. However, keep in mind that there's no 1 plus study unit at the Gem Residence, which might be a deal breaker for some buyers who are looking for extra space, such as a home office or storage area. So looking at the transacted prices over the last couple of years, the 1 bedroom units at Gem Residence have been holding steadily at around $950,000 or roughly 2,000 PSF. This gives us an idea of the current market value and help us compare if Gem Residence fits your needs. This gives you an idea of the current market value and helps you compare if Gem Residences fits your need, or even a unit like Orie with a 1 plus study might offer more value.
We have 4 different types, and right now I want to focus on the 592 square feet layout available in stack 5 and stack 15. Type B1. This is a dumbbell layout, which means you have less wasted corridor space. As soon as you walk in, you will find a tucked-in and closed kitchen. To the left, you have the master bedroom, and to the right, there's another bedroom. Both rooms are spacious enough to easily fit in a queen-size bed. What stands out to me about this layout is the living room, which is a decent size at 2.8 meter by 5.1 meter, offering plenty of space for a cozy setup. But here's the real gem. In the kitchen comes with a window, which is a rarity in today's market. It's like finding a rare Pokemon. In comparison to recent projects like EOK and Chong Park, you don't often see this kind of feature in 2 bedroom units anymore. And if you're not a fan of the 1 bathroom setup, Orie also offers a 2 bed 2 bath layout, giving you more flexibility. So whether you prefer a simple, efficient layout or one with a bit more privacy and convenience, Orie has options that can suit your needs.
Next, let's take a look at the 2 bed 2 bath units at Orie. We have 2 more layouts to discuss. One is the 646 square feet, another one is the 678 square feet, type B2 and type B3. Alright, both offering great options depending on your needs. The 646 square feet type B2 unit is also a dumbbell layout, offering more privacy. It comes with an extra bathroom, which is great if you need more convenience. However, while the kitchen is enclosed, it doesn't have any windows due to the design of the building's facade. Despite that, developer has actually planned the layout well to cater to both investment and own stay buyers. So this unit has a very efficient, I can say that this unit has a very efficient design, and it faces the swimming pool, providing a nice view. Okay, moving on to the type B3678 square feet. On the other hand, features a more typical layout. As soon as you walk in, you will see the kitchen, okay, and the living room, okay, which measures 2.8 meter by 5.2 meters, similar to the type B2. What I like about this layout is that there's more flexibility in the living space. You can easily add cabinets for the extra storage or display, which you can't really do this with the 646 square feet layout. The bedrooms are tucked away on one side, giving you added privacy. And like the type B2, this one also offers a nice swimming pool view, making it a great option for those who appreciate a peaceful outlook. So both layouts are facing inwards, with views of swimming pool, offering a serene living environment. Whether you are looking for a more flexible space or just need the extra bathroom, Orie's 2-bed 2-bath provide plenty of options for variety of buyers.
Now let's move on to the 2-bedroom premium plus study, 700 square feet type B4S, available in stack 9 and stack 19. If you have the budget for it, it's really a fantastic layout. You have a super short foyer, a study on your left, and a proper tucked-in kitchen on your right. And it comes with a glass panel. Dumbbell layout, 2-bed 2-bath, can fit in queen-size bed easily, and there's no wastage of space. This layout is really efficient, very much suitable for family-owned stay. Okay, now let's take a quick look at the 2-bed 1-bath layout at Gem Residence. Personally, I'm not a fan of layouts where the kitchen is right by the doorstep. It's that awkward situation where as soon as you open your door, you have to decide, do you place your shoe right after the door or do you step further in to get to the kitchen? For me, that layout just doesn't work and it feels a bit cramped and uninviting. This kind of design can make a space feel less functional, especially if you prefer a more streamlined flow from the entrance to the rest of your home. It's a small detail, but for me, it's enough to make me question the overall flow of the unit. For the 2-bedder, I honestly think the Orie wins hands down compared to Gem's Residence. The tuck-in kitchen is a real standout. It's available across all layout, whether it's a 1-bed plus study, 2-bed, or even the 2-bed plus study. Having a proper tuck-in kitchen makes such a big difference. You get proper tabletops on both sides, which makes it super convenient. You can grab what you need from the fridge on one side and just turn around to start cooking. Plus there's a glass panel section that lets in more light, so the space feels brighter and more open. It's really a thoughtful design that makes everyday living so much better. Alright, let's take a look at Gem Residence for their 2-bedder. So at Gem Residence, we are seeing transaction over $2,000 per square foot.
Okay, now let's dive into the 3-bedroom layout at Orie. We have 4 types, and the type C1, which is 850 square feet, okay, is one that I personally think will be really popular, especially since only 10% of you will have the chance to own this layout. As you can see, this unit has a very short foyer area, and it's also a dumbbell layout, right? So which means no wasted space. The unit comes with 3 bedrooms, okay, 3 bedrooms here, the master bedroom and also the other 2 common rooms. Okay, and enclosed kitchen with a store, and the bedrooms are at 8.8 square meter each, so it can actually fit in queen size bed, right? The living room measures 2.8 meters by 6 meter, giving you plenty of space for the furniture and the movement. One cool feature of this layout is the window in bedroom 2, providing additional ventilation, which is a nice touch, especially if you are looking for more airflow. Some of you might worry about the views here since it's facing the other side of the 2-bedroom plus study facade. However, the upside is that you get better ventilation in the room and your actual views come from the balcony. So which is what matters most, right? For investors, here's a smart idea. You can potentially close up this area and rent it out as a 4th bedroom, which adds more rental potential. Also take note of the kitchen layout. It's spacious with 2.6 meter by 2.3. Alright, here 2.6 meter, 2.6 meter and 2.3 meters dimensions, offering more room to work in compared to the 2-bedroom layouts. The only thing to note is that this unit doesn't come with a kitchen window, but it's a small trade-off for extra space and practicality. Overall, this 3-bedroom layout is very similar to the 2-bed premium plus study unit, which is the 700 square feet one, but with the added bonus of an extra store and an additional bedroom. I personally feel that it's a great option for families or investors looking for long-term investment.
Let's talk about the other two 3-bedroom layouts, 1023 square feet and 1044 square feet. Both of these offer a typical layout but with added privacy thanks to a foyer entrance. Before you even step into the main living area, both units come with toilet that have window, so you get that extra ventilation and natural light, which is always a plus. The kitchen is enclosed and you find a proper home shelter with a yard and WC. This is a great feature for those with a helper, as you can easily turn this space into a comfortable living area for them. In terms of the rooms, all of them are spacious enough to fit queen size bed, so no compromise on comfort. Now for the 1044 square feet layout, the key difference is the longer foyer area. This gives you more privacy and the opportunity to add cabinet or storage solution in that extra space, making it even more functional. Overall, these layouts are ideal for families, making ample space, privacy and practical features for everyday living.
Let's dive into a comparison with Gem Residence now. If we look at their largest 3-bedroom layout, it's definitely one of the better options there. However, the issue is that Gem Residence doesn't have a bomb shelter or a proper yard space, which are pretty standard in larger units. Without this, it's not ideal for families who need the extra utility space. Orie definitely wins on that front, hands down. The lack of a yard and separate WC is a bit of letdown for a 3-bedroom unit at Gem Residence. Now, if we look at the 3-bedroom at Gem Residence, the biggest unit price has transacted around $2 million, but the size and the layout are relatively smaller compared to Orie. So while it's a decent option, it's not as spacious or family friendly. Now looking at the Orie, we estimate the price for a 1023 square feet 3-bedroom unit to be around 2.86 million if it's priced at 2,800 PSF. If it goes up to 3,000 PSF, which seems more likely given the premium nature of this development, the price will easily exceed 3 million. So is this expensive or affordable? Well, considering the limited supply of 3 bedrooms in Toa Payoh, so for your info, the last supply was about 8 years ago, the Orie price point could be seen as an opportunity, especially when you consider that today's high prices might look cheap in the future. The neighborhood is still evolving, and once the North-South corridor, a bigger sports hub, and other developments come into play, we could see significant appreciation. It's really up to you to decide whether this is a good price. But remember, in such a limited supply area, the value could grow significantly in the long run.
Before moving on to 4 bedrooms, I'd like to ask why we doing this video so late now.
Why? Okay, basically, we purposely push our video later because we don't have much info from the developer yet. And today we have a lot of, if you have noticed that, a lot of layouts are with dimensions now, right? And this is one thing that I think as a consumer or investor, looking for a homestay or need to know well about how's the dimension and how's the unit layout is. So this plays a very big part, and I personally feel it's very important. That's why we actually push our video later to close to the preview date.
So I think it explains why our video is in-depth about Orie.
Yes. It's more in-depth.
Yes. Okay, so moving on to 4 bedroom now, there are 2 types we will look at, the D1 and D2 units, 1216 square feet and the D3S 1367 square feet, which is the premium plus study. The D1 and D2 layouts are pretty interesting. When you walk in, you are greeted with a long living and dining hall. The main difference between the two is the entrance. If you value more privacy, you might prefer D2. But overall, both are great in terms of space efficiency, with everything being squarish and no awkward corners. As for the D3S, it's similar, but you get the bonus of an additional study room. Now let's compare that to Gem Residence. Their 4-bedroom unit is about 1249 square feet, which feels a bit tight. This was built in an era where the aircon latch was included in the size, and it's quite a big latch, probably around 8 square meter. It does have a decent size living area, but personally I feel the width is a bit cramped, especially if you want to fit in an L-shaped sofa. Some might like the more compact feel, even though it's really up to you.
So as for the pricing at Gem Residence, their 4 bedrooms are already trending at about 2,000 PSF2, with one of the highest transaction being 2.6 mil for a mid-floor unit. Now looking at the Orie for a 1216 square feet, 4 bedroom too, if we assume a price of 3,000 PSF, the price could come out to around 3.6 mil. So while it's definitely on the higher side compared to Gem Residence, you are getting a lot more space and a layout that's better designed for families.
Alright, let's talk about the final layout. And
Finally.
trust me, this one is a showstopper. If you love the idea of living like royalty, this is what I call the king of all layout in the Orie. Why? Because it's the only layout that comes with private lift lobby. In fact, I think this might be the only 5-bedroom layout in all of Toa Payoh with such an exclusive feature. No other layout here offers this level of luxury. It's very atas, targeting a super exclusive group of buyers who value privacy and prestige. Now let's dive into the pricing. If you are looking at 3,000 PSF, the estimated price for this luxury 5-bedder would be around 4.25 million. What do you think of this? Does this match what you expect for a layout of this caliber?
So here's the big question. What would you go for? A landed property or a landed in the sky? Personally, I prefer the latter, as at a starting price of 4.3 mil, the 5-bedroom at Orie offers an exclusive and luxurious option, while 4 mil landed homes are nearly extinct these days. Plus, you likely need to budget at least half a mil for the renovations. Now let's compare. At Gem Residence, the 5-bedder is only 1313 square feet. Honestly, it feels more like a 3-bedroom plus study, as 2 of the bedrooms can only, okay, if you see here, can only fit in 2 single beds. Not to mention the large aircon ledge, which is over here, eating into the usable space. It doesn't quite feel like a true 5-bedroom. So in contrast, Orie's 5-bedroom is a standout with a private lift lobby, a junior master, and 4 bathrooms. It's perfect for multi-generational living, especially for families eyeing schools like Pei Chun, Primary, or planning to stay long-term to benefit from Raffles Village schools. Plus, if the thought of dealing with pests in a landed home isn't your thing, this layout could be an excellent fit.
For highest transaction for a 5-bedder at Gem Residence was 2.65 million. While Orie's 5-bedder is pricier, it offers significantly more value, especially for families planning to stay for 10 years or more. I also like to share a recent eye-catching transaction at Jadescape, an RCR project located in District 20 near the Bishan area along Shunfu Road. In December 2024, a 6-bedroom unit, 4,230 square feet, was sold at a jaw-dropping price of 10.15 million. Yes, over $10 million for a unit in this development.
That's crazy, man.
What's interesting is that Jadescape shares many similar attributes with the Orie. Both are conveniently located near MRT station and schools. However, here's the kicker. Jadescape's good school aren't even within 1 kilometer of the development. This just goes to show the incredible value that the Orie brings to the table. With prestigious schools within walking distance, a prime location, and an exceptional design, it's truly a luxury development worth considering for both homeowners and investors. In conclusion, Orie stands out as a premium option for multi-gen families or anyone seeking for a luxurious lifestyle in the heart of Toa Payoh. As for the exit strategy, we believe the location, unique layout, and exclusivity will make this a strong choice for future appreciation. What are your thoughts? Would you consider Orie over the alternative?
So bonus time, remember what we mentioned at the beginning of this video about the important details you need to know? Well, it is here. So let's take a look at the perspective here. For this project, the exterior design by the developers is very unique and which holds an origami theme. However, if you look closely, there's this RC ledge protruding out from your unit, which is this part here. Let me show you another perspective. Okay, this part here. Alright, you can realize that some stacks are built with this RC ledge, and it's something that you really need to take note of when shortlisting your unit to avoid picking the wrong one. The RC ledge isn't included in your floor plan calculation. It's part of the building's exterior design. Now here's the thing, while the ledge adds to the design, it can also possibly accumulate dust or block some light if your unit is directly one floor below it. But hey, there are always pros too. This same ledge can actually help to shield your unit from the rain coming in directly. As with everything, there are pros and cons. And we've done our homework by checking out the Showflat thoroughly. If you want more insights or need help picking the perfect unit, feel free to reach out to us.
To summarize, when we think about the Orie, one of the most promising groups of potential buyers will likely be the existing HDB dweller in the area. I was curious about the current HDB prices in Toa Payoh, so I checked them out. The top listing was at Block 138 Lorong 1A, going for 1.88 million. And scrolling down, many listings are asking for 1.6 million and above. These prices show that people here can easily afford to move into a 4-bedroom unit at Orie, making them potential future buyers. Now let's talk about what really makes Orie attractive. For me, the key thing is the school, especially the Pei Chun Public School. Being nearby, many buyers are looking to live here to ensure their kids have access to great education. With the whole Raffles Village concept coming to the area, Toa Payoh has become even more desirable for parents planning to settle down for long term. The convenience of the location, close to the affordable local food, yet also upscale dining options at the nearby hub, makes it an ideal spot for families to live for years to come.
So what's also exciting is the transformation happening in Toa Payoh. We are seeing plans for a bigger library and an upgraded sports hub, a better polyclinic, and a greater town park. Plus, with the north-south corridor coming soon, the area is definitely set to thrive. With all these improvements, Toa Payoh is going through a major facelift, which presents a great opportunities for buyers and investors. And the best part, you are not sure when the next condo development will happen in this area. So this could be a rare chance to invest here. From a supply standpoint, this area is very limited with only 5 projects including Orie. So in contrast, areas like District 15 have numerous condos popping up. So the competition there is much higher. In Toa Payoh, the limited supply makes it a safe bet for both investors and families. And we can't forget the renowned developers CDL Fraser and Sekisui House. These developers are known for their commitment to quality and thoughtful design, making Orie a very attractive option for both buyers and investors. So in conclusion, Orie stands out because of its location, limited supply, and strong demand from buyers. With the ongoing transformation in Toa Payoh, this is definitely a prime area for long-term growth.
If you are interested in checking it out yourself, we are open for preview from 3rd January 2025. Let us help you secure a viewing slot for you. We will be happy to show more details and guide you on which stacks are the best investments. And if you enjoy this kind of video content that we just did, don't forget to click like and subscribe button. See you soon.